from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, what a road for these Chargers. Just their second Super Bowl appearance ever and first representing LA.
And it's a franchise that's been around a long time. Originally, the LA Chargers had a lot of success in the AFL, but this is for the Super Bowl. And a lot of folks in Southern California have certainly waited for this day. It's a chance to do something that's never been done before in franchise history.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this is a club that's been put together largely through the draft the last few years. They've hit some home runs, and now here they are seeking their second Super Bowl title ever.
And while now it might be hard to believe in that first one, they were big underdogs. Super Bowl 48 to Peyton Manning and the Broncos in MetLife Stadium, but they were jet-propelled that day, and they'd like to be the same in this game.
They started on the ground with Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Herbert now. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On first down, it's Herbert. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Smith. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks love the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case,
and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Chargers. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to first down.
They'll run for it with Eckler, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the "Be Aggressive" chant behind it, and he listened to it.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert. Underneath pass here to Van Ness. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. After the interception, here's Smith. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Has it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And now Metcalf going to get a chance to run. Ooh, with a juke. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jet sweep here, Smith and Jigba. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Eskridge from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
You go like this!
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to... And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get...
As a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Herbert on first down now. A little short pass. This is Everett. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Herbert throwing again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Reek Woolen.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
On 1st and 10, Smith.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Seahawks are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Chargers offense back onto the field.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah.
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing is Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. On 2nd down, here's Smith. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Geno down to throw.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there. With a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Seahawks continue to pull away here this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it is 42-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Give him another one right back to Allen. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the 2nd half. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Returnable here for Davis. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession.
Behind them, get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 4. Back to throw, Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Gerald Everett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Straight ahead, Walker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Final minute now of the third quarter. Walker now on 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Nick Ballore taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Running on first down, Eckler. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They